Not only did I move faster, but people in my organization started moving faster. Your leaders won't go to events until you do. It won't happen. So let's put it like this. Your organization won't move fast until you move fast. Your organization won't pick up the phone until you start picking up the phone. Work. Your organization won't do trainings until you do trainings.
Hello. Good morning, family. Who is excited for a new day? I don't know about you, but I am like over the top excited. Anytime with all these amazing changes that are coming about in the RetiredIn365 family, every time they say something new, I don't know about you, but I get butterflies in my stomach. Like I just start like, oh my gosh, what's next? Because as if we thought it couldn't get any better, they keep on rolling out more things that can help us take us to the next level in our business and in trading. So just drop some fire emojis in the chat if you are as excited as I am for this new travelpreneurs group, for this new grindhouse group, for this call that is coming up on Saturday. Who is excited about that? Okay. So it's not just me that gets the butterflies in her stomach. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the I'm so happy and grateful now. I'm gonna read just a few of them. I'm so happy and grateful now that God has allowed me to eradicate and come out of the alignment of what people think about me, and I am a successful trader and a chairwoman 10. Amen. It's already done. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am in Chairman Grindhouse. Yes, Bev, for showing so many people this opportunity and for my RetiredIn365 family and my family. I'm so happy and grateful for this cancellation so that I can jump on this call. Amen, Jane. I'm grateful for abundance, love, life, and reaching all my goals before 2020 ends. I'm so happy and grateful for my RetiredIn365 family. So happy and grateful now for the challenges that I know I will overcome. And I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm C10 by December 2020. I'm so happy and grateful now for the various blessings that will be received by all in the RetiredIn365 family, the up and coming e-commerce platform, and the golden information coming this Saturday. I'm so happy and grateful now to be alive and well for the Discord family and growing every day. Yes. I'm so happy and grateful now for the opportunity to just have a new day to get it right. Every day I am grateful for that. Yesterday doesn't even matter. Today is what matters, and tomorrow is going to come anyway. So make sure whatever you're doing today is going to leave a positive impact on what tomorrow holds. However, you cannot live in tomorrow because you have to focus on the now. Okay. So with that being said, I don't know if you were on the call prior to me coming on, you saw my big head baby picture. Yes, I still got a big head, but that's okay. And at the bottom, it said childlike faith. And the reason why I had Javon showing that is because I had this revelation and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to being that child. And the reason why I had that revelation and why it's just so important that we remain in childlike faith, because when I was that child, the sky was the limit. There weren't necessarily any doubts when I was learning how to walk. What happens? I tried it. Even if I fell down, I did it anyways. Even if I wanted to do something that I wasn't supposed to do, I still had that courage to do it unless my parents told me otherwise, right? Even when you come out the womb, you're crying. And then even when you speak your first words, as a child, it's never the fact of, well, that's not possible. Unless something or someone puts that in my mind, I'm fresh, I'm new, I'm believing that I can do anything. That's why children, you'll see them when, like, don't run out in the street in front of that car. They don't know any better. Why? Because they have the courage and they may not know, but guess what? There are people in their lives that are showing them the exact way in which they should go. There are people in their lives that are encouraging them to take those first steps. And as a child, I'm like, okay, because I'm trusting that voice to go ahead and do what it is that they're calling me to do. So that's where I am now in this opportunity, is having that childlike faith. And the leaders of this organization, I'm entrusting my next moves based on what it is that they tell me. Come on, Jasmina, you can do it. Come on, Jasmina, just add this amount of people to the group daily, post on social media daily, do YouTube videos daily or every 48 hours. You want to be in this, on this call, buy 10 tickets because it's going to do X, Y, Z. And me being as a child and having that childlike faith, I'm going to do it. Because realistically, in this opportunity, I am like a child, because I haven't made 7 figures, 8 figures before. I haven't become that 7-figure trader yet. I haven't made a residual income of no less than $10,000 a month. So if those are the things that I'm striving for, I must become as a child and have that faith in those that have already done it and are showing me the way, just as my parents did when I was first trying to learn how to walk. Just as my teachers did when I was just starting to learn my ABCs. I entrusted because they had the knowledge in what it was going to take for me to be able to achieve whatever that goal was. So I took whatever it is that they were trying to teach me and the encouragement and went after it. And that's where a lot of us have to get back to, is that childlike faith, okay? When you're a child, a lot of times we don't see opposition as opposition. We see it as a challenge. When there's something that looks like it's bigger than us, when there's something, unless we're taught otherwise, because I'm a firm believer that fear is taught, unless we're taught otherwise, we don't see opposition as opposition. We see it as a challenge. That's why, and I don't have children, but I've helped raise my siblings from a very, very, very young age. That's why when you see children, let's say, jumping off the couch, they don't know that they could possibly hurt themselves. They just see, okay, that's a challenge. It may be bigger than me, but it looks fun. I'm going to go ahead and do it, unless we tell them otherwise, right? So we need to get back to a place of listening to those that have already gone before us and doing exactly what it is that they're telling us to do in order for us to get what we want, because they've already gone the distance. They're the matured ones in this process. They're the adults in this process. They're the ones that you're entrusting in, or you're trusting in order to lead you to take those first steps, to learn your ABCs again, to not touch the stove because it's gonna burn you, to not think that you can fly and jump off of something that is too high. They're the ones that are here to protect you just in case if you fall, to say, get back up because it's okay. Like they said yesterday, it's not failure. They're the ones that you should be putting. Of course, my faith is in God, but I know God has placed them in my life for that very reason in this season, for me to trust that they're going to get me to where I need to go. Bev said, I still thought I could fly and land safe off my bike. So who here can commit to having that childlike faith and not think that they know it all? Because in reality, if you knew it all, you would be chairman already. So put some childlike faiths in the chat if you are going to be that person that is going to have that childlike faith where you are trusting the matured ones, the leaders of the organization. Go ahead and put childlike faith in the chat. I can't be the only one that is going to do what it is that I'm told to do because they have the blueprint, because they've already taken those first steps. They've already accomplished what it is that I'm trying to accomplish. when you think of opposition in this opportunity, what do you do with it? Do you treat it as a brick wall or do you treat it as a challenge? Do you treat it as a challenge? Do you look at it as something that is going to require even the strength that that you didn't know that you had in order to overtake it? Are you going to treat the challenge, the opposition, as a brick wall where it's going to stop you, or are you going to figure out a way to maneuver and get over it? Even if you need to gain momentum and do a run and jump in order to get over that wall, are you going to look at that as, okay, I can get over it? Or are you going to say, it's standing in front of me, so it must not be where I need to go? Because realistically, if you look at it as a brick wall, the brick wall doesn't even have to be that wide. Can you go around it? Can you figure out a way? It doesn't even have to be that high. Can you figure out a way to go ahead and get over it? Or are you just looking at what's in front of you and saying, well, it's in front of me, so I'm going to allow it to stop me? See, when you get to a point where you look at opposition as a challenge and not an endpoint, then you start thinking of ways to get over it. How can you think of ways to get over it? When they say copy the right cat, that's very true. Case in point, Charles posted something in the Certified Cash Academy Blitz group. I literally copied and pasted the same exact thing into the Blitz group. And guess what? That has helped me get into this grindhouse. I didn't look at the opposition of, man, it's 20 people. How am I going to get 20 people? I've already talked to all these people, or nobody's inviting, or nobody's accepting my invite. I don't know. I didn't spend the time worrying about how I'm going to do it. I saw a solution for that brick wall, and it allowed me to catapult myself over it. I see Charles going like this again. He messaged me because I was talking to him about something else and was like, copy me, say less, I'm already on it. Oh, for sure. Copy paste. Copy paste profit applies to mentorship too, not just the products. Copy paste profit your way into a residual income. Copy what the leaders do, paste it. That means doing the work, pasting it to your social media, replicating it in a video, and you will reap the reward. When I entered into this opportunity, I had zero knowledge about how I was going to do this. Zero. And I will even say to this day, I told somebody the other day, girl, I ain't no expert. I just do what I'm told. But because when I entered this, I had that childlike faith. I trusted Javon. Now, don't get me wrong, because I'm still working on being stubborn, because when you are in a position where you've been successful in one thing, how many of us think that, okay, well, I was already successful in this, so I know I got this, I know how to do this. But in actual reality, I had to say to myself, I don't know what I'm doing. So when Javon would tell me to do something, I did it. They tell me to be on the calls, I get on the calls. They tell me to do, and I may not have done it in the fastest way possible, because when Charles said those that have been here since May, if you would have done everything, you would have been chairman by now, that's me. Now, I'm not saying I did nothing, but had I had this same intensity that I have now and kept it going, yes, I would have been chairwoman by now. That was back in May. But I say that to say, one, you can't act like you know everything. You have to become that child again and listen to the people that are showing you the right way in which you should go, because there is not one thing, when I finally decided to do it, there is not one thing that I've copied from them that did not work. When I started my YouTube channel, I had 2 subscribers, 2. And that's because I started a year ago and I posted maybe 2 videos, 2 subscribers. Over the past couple months, I just reached 100. Now that's gonna quadruple, because I'm not into doing this slow anymore. But from 2 subscribers to 100, once I actually sat down and started doing my YouTube channel, there's not one thing that they told me to do that didn't work. When they told me to sacrifice, I sacrificed sleep, and guess what? I got my sign up, P150 done in less than 2 weeks. It doesn't even have to take 2 weeks. Okay? And a true testament to that is when I went P1000 June 1st. We're here in October. There's no reason I shouldn't have been P2000. But what happened? I allowed life, my focus, to get me off track. Although I was still doing the work, I was still being plugged in. Was I still giving it the same effort that allowed me to have the success that I had before in my trading account and on the residual side? No. But guess what? When I got back on track and I started implementing what needed to be implemented, it worked. There is not one thing that I've copied, and I'm saying this because I don't want you to think that it's just the leader saying, do this, do that. I am a living testimony that whatever they tell you to do, it works. I copied and pasted that message that Charles posted onto the other group, and it worked. There's people still hitting me up. It's working. The things he posted in the chat for Discord to copy and paste, I did that and started sending it to people, and it's working. When they tell me to get in my chairwoman bag and don't accept any excuses, it's working. In my mind, I was thinking, well, I can't talk to people like that. Why? Because I was trained before in my former profession to not tell people what's best for them. But guess what? When I got in my chairwoman bag and I didn't accept any excuses, and I remembered everything that they said that you could say in order to go against the opposition that's in front of you, the excuses that people are giving you, the ones that you're not going to accept, guess what? It works. Did they hang up on me? Absolutely not. Am I going to keep bugging them? Yes. You tell me you're going to sign up in 2 weeks. No, here's my number. I'm calling you tomorrow. So you have to get to a point of childlike faith. And even if you're not seeing the results, you are having results because it's strengthening you as a leader. It's strengthening your team. Even if your back office is going backwards, you're still strengthening yourself. So you are still seeing results. Just because you're not seeing the numbers, that doesn't mean you're not seeing the results. You're moving in the right direction. It's kind of like trading. Just because you make $1, do you think that that wasn't success? That's one more dollar you didn't have that you didn't have to work for. Just because you don't have a 3-figure or 4-figure trading day, that doesn't mean that you're not having success. If you can make $1, you can make $1,000. If you can make $1,000, you can make $10,000. It's all about looking at what your results are and know that you're moving in the right direction and not giving up just because it's not at the magnitude in which you think that you deserve. Why? Because you're being prepared for that. If you only make $1, maybe that's all you can handle at this time. If you only sign up one person, maybe that's the only person that you need to focus on and pour into because that's all that you can handle at this time. That doesn't mean that you stop doing the work. Childlike faith. Childlike faith. And when you look at opposition, look at it as a challenge. It's a challenge. And another thing is, you do not want to miss out on anything that you qualify for. There is no reason there shouldn't be any more people in that emerging leaders chat. And I'm going to give you some inspiration. The reason why you want to be a leader in this organization, because there's information that we receive that you may receive at a later time. Guess what? We have first access. But why? Because we put in the work. We put in the work, and it can be done. It can be done. You show yourself, and it doesn't even have to be about the rank. I started doing these calls at P150. Why? Because I was hungry for it. I showed myself that I can be trusted, or I showed them that I could be trusted. I spoke up. There's never anything that they asked me to do that I've said no. What are your no's looking like? Are you saying I don't have time? Are you saying I'm not in a position to be able to do that, or are you going to do it anyways? I'm trying to give you the tools. I know this is a morning motivation, but I like to talk about actual reality situations. And I don't want you to think that I'm just talking about myself, but hey, I want you to know that you can see a physical person that is taking what is necessary, even looking at Bev, what is necessary to get to the next level, and it's working. Even looking at Javon, whatever they tell him to do, He is the epitome of duplication. It's working. And guess who I learned it from? Javon. Charles says all the time when he first started, when he actually sat down and started doing what Paris told him to do, he went chairman. Duplication, it works. It doesn't matter how young your sponsor is. It doesn't matter what you think about your sponsor. Feelings have nothing to do with loyalty. And you have to decide, what are you loyal to? See, a lot of people cannot be loyal in this opportunity because they even fail to be loyal to what it is that they want. Where are your loyalties? Where do your loyalties lie? Are you loyal to your vision? Are you loyal to what you want? Or are you more loyal to things that aren't going to give you no return in your investment at the end of the day just because it looks good? Are you loyal to the mentors that are on this call because they have what they want? Because what you don't realize, they can revoke access real quick. Real quick. Where do your loyalties lie? And when it comes to being loyal, you first have to start being loyal to yourself. If you're not having success, are you really loyal to your dreams? Are you really loyal to your goals? Are you really loyal to your 5 reasons why? And then you transfer that loyalty into this opportunity that is going to show you, because being loyal, you can be loyal to an institution, not just a person. You can be loyal to the process. Or then are you transferring that loyalty that you know that you have for yourself and your goals that you're not going to let anybody deter you from? Are you transferring that into this opportunity because it works? Because it works. There is not one thing they're going to put out in this organization that I'm not going to be a part of, period. Period. And I advise you to go ahead and take that same mentality, because you do not want to be in the same place that you're in currently getting on these calls come next year. You don't. So what is it that you're working towards? Do you know that you want to be in that number? Have you made the decision that you want to be in that number? How do you make that decision? Making sure you look at opposition as, I lost my train of thought. Making sure that you're looking at your opposition as a challenge and how you're going to overcome it. How you're going to get past that brick wall. How you're going to slay that Goliath. All it took was 5 smooth stones. Nobody else could do it. You could be that one. You could be that one. Do you think when David went up against Goliath, he thought to himself, I can't do this? No, he didn't. Why? Because he was already practicing in the background. He was already in the field putting in the work. He was already in the field sharpening his skills. See, if you're in the field sharpening your skills, when the Goliath comes up against you, you're going to say, this is nothing. Let's get it. You want me to do what? I don't even need your armor. Why? Because I'm not you. I know what I have. So I'm going to use my tools that I've already been sharpening, and I'm going to go ahead and slay this Goliath. Is that you? Is that you? I said it on the morning motivation before. People can believe in you, but they can't believe for you. They can't. You have to have 100% sold out belief to your vision, or else there's going to be things that are going to be able to distract you. When something comes up against you, if you don't have that unwavering belief in yourself and confidence, something's going to say you can't do it. Something's going to say to you, it's not you. It's not for you. And you're going to believe it. Because just because you get that thought in your mind, depending on your unwavering belief, you could immediately cancel that thing out. I've done it. You think I haven't thought to myself, is this a mistake? I'm going to be transparent. Absolutely. But the minute I had that in my head, I prayed against it. Why? Because I have unwavering belief. Do you think that I haven't thought, man, there has to be something else. Maybe I'm not doing something that I'm supposed to be doing outside of this business. No, because if I give my energy to I'm sorry, yes, I have thought that, but I immediately started thinking if I give my energy to anything else, that's going to take away from the promise that God has for me. Unwavering belief. See, when you have that unwavering belief, no matter what thoughts creep up in your mind, no matter what the situation looks like, no matter what comes up against you, you automatically have the power within you to say, no, that's a lie. And I cast it out. That's not my truth. Those aren't my thoughts. Those aren't my feelings. Why? Because I believe 110% that this is going to work. And when you get to that point of belief, it's going to shake. And people are going to be drawn to you like a magnet because of your unwavering faith. Because you're being true to who you are. They're going to be able to borrow some of your belief, even if they don't believe 100% in themselves. They're going to see your confidence. They're going to see your success, even if you don't have results. Because you believe. Belief is the strongest tool that you can have. You don't have to have the amazing trading day in order to sign people up. You just got to have the belief. When I went P150, I had 0 results. I don't even think I finished the academy. But I had belief that it was going to work. Now, I'm not recommending that because I went back shortly and I did what I had to do and I started trading that shortly after that. But what I'm saying to you is your belief is what's going to get you to the next level. And people are going to see that belief in you. And when you believe in something, you're not going to accept opposition as a stopping point. You're going to look at it as a challenge. I've said this before also, the pursuit or the vision is free, but the pursuit costs. The pursuit costs. You can't possibly think that you're going to pay a cheap price to get to the next level. You can't possibly think that you can skip out on paying the total price for what your purpose costs and be able to achieve it. Your purpose is not sold to you on discount. It's not sold to you on clearance. There is a cost for it, and the reason for the cost is to make sure that you are equipped and God can trust you enough to sustain it. So are you looking for this opportunity to be handed to you on discount? These 6-figure trading days to be handed to you on discount? Or are you going to put in the work? Do you think your family's going to be delivered by you putting in minimal work? No. It's gonna cost. But guess what? There is no cost that can keep me away from being 100% free, and you shouldn't allow that to be you either. If I have to put in a little bit of time here, if you have to put in a little bit of time here, if you have to sacrifice a little bit of change here, if you have to sacrifice a little bit of relationships here, if you have to sacrifice a little bit of sleep here, if you have to sacrifice going out with your friends here so you can live a lifetime of freedom, you decide. You decide. I need everybody on this call. Everybody on this call. Charles, Amber, Jeanette, Bev, Gloria, Keisha, Frankie, Danita, Kalani, Javon, King Eze and B, Chantel, Keith, Amber, Jane, Tony, Janelle, Bion, Jazz, Amber, Jane, Tony, Janelle, or I said those names already. Sorry. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Aguera? Yolanda, Gerald, Karima, Jana, Giovanni, Dario, Regina, Lucy, Joyce, Debbie. I need all of y'all to get inside of your chairman bag, your chairwoman bag, because this is how it was spoke to me, and get in your blessings and let's get it. And when I say let's get it, what does that mean? Take every single tool that you already have, every single gym, copy what the leaders already do, and let's get it. There's no reason why that chat should not be filled up, the grind chat. There's no reason why, if you want freedom, that you shouldn't be doing everything within your power, sacrificing now in order to get in that chat. If you want freedom, there is no reason why you do not pay the nominal cost of $250 in order to get into that chairman experience. There is no reason why you shouldn't have at least one ticket. There is no reason why. Because that's the cost for what you said you want your 5 reasons why to be. That's the cost. Think about it. When you want something, or let's say when you finance something, right? A car. You can't skip out on those payments. If you don't pay the full price, they're gonna come pick that sucker up. Why should it be any different from your destiny? You can't skip a payment. You can't skip paying the price on your purpose and think that it's not gonna be revoked. See, we sometimes get so selfish in thinking, well, it's just gonna wait on me. No, why? Because God's will has to be done, period. Yes, it is true what's you is for you. But do you think he's gonna give it to you if you do not pay the cost? What is the cost? Having that faith. What does that cost? Doing the work. What does that cost? Trusting, not procrastinating. What does that cost? Believing. What does that cost? Sacrificing. What does that cost? Ridding yourself of the baggage that is only keeping you bound and not helping you gain momentum to get to the next level. There's a cost. So I want to leave you with this. Get it done. Get it done. Even if you do not have the results just yet. Like I said, I should have been P2000 like yesterday. But guess what? That doesn't mean that I wasn't still gaining momentum. Why? Because I was gaining momentum in myself as a leader. I didn't quit. My team was gaining momentum because I am now leading them in a way that I may not have known how to lead them if I wasn't slowed down in order to be able to gather myself and pour into them like I should. So get it done. Copy the leaders, have that childlike faith. Don't look at any opposition as a challenge or as an endpoint, but look at it as a challenge and get to the bag. Get into your Birkin bag, get into your Louis duffel bag, get into your Chanel bag, get into your Toomey bag, whatever it is, get in your bag and let's run it up. 50 travelpreneurs is already done with or without you. Will you be one? Put 50 travelpreneurs in the chat if you're going to be one of them. But before you drop that, you also have to say, yes, I'm going to pay the cost in order to pursue purpose. Remember that before you put 50 travelpreneurs, if you're going to be one of them in the chat, are you going to pay that cost? So there's only 3 of y'all. That was easy. So now we know who we gonna be working with. I love y'all. I pray strength over you guys. sometimes we can't be soft about this. We can't. Because there is too much value on the line to pity pat around it. So I pray strength, like I said, prosperity. I pray that you have the mindset to stay focused. And I pray that you put aside all pride in what you think that you know and do what it is that you are being asked to do in order to get to the next level. Because guess what? You're not being asked to do it to benefit anybody on this call but yourself. Keep that in mind. If you're asked to do something, it's to benefit you. It's not to benefit any leader. It is to benefit you and your 5 reasons why. So I pray that you know that that is what needs to be done in order to get to the next level. I pray that you don't look at anything that is being asked of you to do as well. They just want to control me. I release that spirit right now in the name of Jesus, that controlling spirit where people think that they can just do it all on their own. I loose you from that and step into your purpose. Now let's get it, family. Who's gonna meet me and Bev inside that Grindhouse chat so you can become chairman? Who's gonna meet us on that call? Go buy your 10 tickets today. Make that sacrifice. Why? Because your mom that's still working depends on it. Your kids that need to go to school debt-free still depend on it. That job that you don't like, that you're in, that you wanna retire from, that depends on it. So go get your 10 tickets. To go see a motivational speaker costs way more than $250. Sheesh, Bob Proctor. Just for a weekend Zoom call, I think he was charging over $300 to hear just one person. You have the opportunity to hear from, 5 people at the cost of $250. Remember, if you do not get in the room where the gems are being poured to get to the next level, then you're saying, I do not want to achieve my 5 reasons why. Yes, it's that serious. Yes, it's that serious. If you don't add 20 people to that group, you're saying that I'm not true to my 5 reasons why. Yes, it's that serious. Now let's get it. I love all y'all with the love of Jesus Christ. I do. And I really just want you guys to win. That's why I'm so passionate about it. And that's why I am here. And there is no giving up. When they say it's up and it's stuck, and it's up for those that got stuck to us, look. Ain't nothing gonna be able to separate me from this. Why? Because the value that it has already added to my life and the success that I can tangibly see and feel that it works, and have that faith as well. Amen. And we got work to do. That's all, Javon. It's on you.
What's going on, y'all? Drop some 5